Yeah, you're doing a Twitch. I was just getting prepped. But yeah, I think everything's good to go. I gotta switch back to the game real quick. All right, and then make this back like this. I'm not actually sure if anybody else is gonna be in the chat though, Ryan. I mean, I posted it on Facebook, but I didn't tag people this time. But I told them yesterday it was happening again, so I don't know. Maybe they'll show, maybe they won't. I don't expect people to be here every day because, you know, people have lives. Let's see. I mean, I thought about texting them, but I was like, nah, it'll be fine. They should get notifications from Twitch because they should see everything. Okay. Well, I'm going to get started without them because it's 6:30 now. I don't know if you watched through to the end last time, but I had to finish off the last fight off stream because it was very difficult. Hi, Matt. You are an old man. Yeah, we fucking... I had to do that fight 2 more times at the end of the last stream. And then, luckily... Oh, Rob's here. Luckily, I found out I didn't have to kill every single thing, all the eggs and stuff in that last fight. I only had to kill the big 3, like the big roach and then the big egg-laying thing, and then it just... Everything else that was alive didn't matter. Then it just let us go through. So to catch everybody up who's watching like the replay or here today, after we beat the fight, we went down deeper into the cave. We found a giant red like gem, like a giant red crystal, and that's pretty much what the falling star was. And Rob went up to the thing and he put his hand on it, and then he had a vision of like a creepy alien bug that was speaking a different language, and then Delaney smashed the crystal because Rob was freaking out, and that was that. And then the threat was vanquished. So we got 11 years of peace after that. But Rob made some kind of connection, and he was like, it seemed like the thing that fell from space was like a tether to an alien race that were trying to they were trying to use to get here to the Earth, and we just threw that rope back into the ocean, in other words, so they couldn't tether to us anymore. So that's got taken care of. It was fine. So we got 11 years of peace. I gotta make some changes. I gotta give Ryan a fucking beard before he sues me. So now here we'll get what happened during the year of peace. Delaney tended her mystic seed until one day it sprouted. Well, maybe sprouted wasn't the right word. It burst up in a shower of dirt, producing small, fond noises. Delaney says, "Hello, little cone thing. We'll have to find out what you eat, won't we? Its growth would be incredibly slow, but perhaps endless? Maybe Delaney's got herself a giant fucking, ent. She's gonna have an ent by the end of this." Delaney left small treasures around Victory's Guard for other explorers to find. Perhaps new stories would spring up here. Cindy says, "I asked an appraiser how much my eye was worth." Cody asks, "What'd they say?" And Cindy said, less than I thought. And Cody says, "What is that rock anyway? Cindyist?" That's hard to pronounce. Cody would have to pronounce it, probably. Meanwhile, for Ryan, while out on an evening stroll, Ryan accidentally locked eyes with the forest squirrel. It became his household mascot. Ryan says, "Let's try to handstand again. You'll never rival the dancing moose of Toughcorn if you don't practice, you know?" Alright, well, now we have the choice of Cindy's gem transformation continuing. Hey, look, Delaney made it. Ryan, do you think Cindy wants a gem leg? Alright. Oh, You said yes, no. You said both. That's not helpful. I mean, her block goes up. No. Alright, well then we're gonna go with no. She still has chances to get other gem pieces, parts. We're gonna go with no. Can I now? So this is where we upgrade our weapons and stuff in between during the peace periods. Rob's already got a level 2 weapon, so he's not getting shit. She doesn't want to be a gem. Well, I mean, does she not like Steven Universe? It's one of the best animated series to come out in recent years. The fucking Thawburns are anti-fucking progressive cartoons. You guys, you heard it first. Clip it. Okay, let's see. We need to get at least everybody a level 1 weapon, because right now everybody's rocking level 0 except for Rob. So Delaney's getting a better bow first, and that is very specifically because we need her as backup damage. But I don't think... Oh, she could get a water bow. Or a leaf bow. I feel like a leaf bow makes more sense. Well, maybe. Oh no, water would be better because it refunds an action point. So we're going to have to spend some of our legacy points to upgrade it, but that's fine because it'll be worth it. And it will be named... Night Howl, sure. Close enough. And then... we need to get Ryan... Everybody else needs to get a level 1 thing too. We'll get Ryan a better wand. What's the differences between these? Give me this information. God. I do not want to have to get up in order to read what the other stuff is. Maybe fire would be the thing. We might not have enough legacy points to get everybody a new thing, though. That's the other thing, sadly. I'm gonna have to use a mouse. Alright, hold on. I want to see what the stone... Not useful. What about... fire? Damages up to 3 nearby enemies. That's better. We'll get you this fire wand. You already have a squirrel in your house. You can't also have a squirrel weapon. Duh. Blood Dirge. Red Perch of the Star Tree Switch. Sunflim? Sure. That sounds like a tier 1 fire weapon. And then Cody also gets a new staff. But there's only one choice of staffs. But that's fine. It doesn't cost as many legacy points. And that's a fine name since there's no elements associated. And then same for Cindy. Spell Speaking Elm Pillar. Sure. That sounds kind of like a big name, though. I want a smaller name. That's dumb. Dust Rattle. Redwood Shaker. Bond Dredge. Sure, that's a weird name. You don't get to, like, the long, fancy names until you get to, like, the level 2, level 3 weapons. Is generally how I lean. And then we spent all our points. But at least now we're rocking mostly decent stuff. Everybody's got decent armor except for... or level 1 armor except for Ryan and Delaney. And we'll get that for them later, I think. I think that's fine. We can deal with that. Okay, moving on. Time to start our next adventure. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Cindy. Alright, so new threats. This is what was going on in Chapter 2. Briskgard has been a brimming town since the summer, when solitary folks and families began migrating there. Now it's burst its seams. There's not enough homes to cover every head. Delaney says, "You two are also from out in the stitches? Your water dried up?" Random lady says, "That's right, the wife and me. Had to save our cow. Had to come somewhere." The other lady says, "You folks need a ranch hand? A house hand? Just need a hand?" Delaney says, "Unless you're a sword hand, you're not in our line of work. But we're headed out there now. If something in the natural's choking up your water supply, we'll get it figured out." Ryan says, "Word to the wise. A lot of people milling and mixing. I'd watch that wife of yours and just try and have a plan." Delaney's like, "Ryan." One of them's like, "What's that even mean, a plan?" And the other one's like, "Yes, dear, yes." But what do you think? I bet I could swing a sword. She's like, no. The Stitches. It's what folks call that region where rivers and creeks wind among the hills, making deep, marshy gullies. Seen from the mountaintop, these resemble the needlework of a huge seamster. All those waterways have dried up one by one, driving even the long abiders from their homes. The company unites to investigate. Cody says, so, pretty good guess who's causing it all. Delaney says, important mainly just to figure out how, and then reverse it. And Cindy says, with Thrixl, I'm always interested in why. So Thrixl are like those weird little, the things we've been fighting all last chapter. Human interest is, of course, unwelcome. Alright. So, I have, we have a new set of, more of the map to uncover. Luckily, it's all in the same direction, so that makes things simpler. Can I get an update on my seed? You got an update on your seed. It was the very first thing we got an update on. You may have missed it, Delaney, but it grew into a little seed thing, but I don't know where it went. You have a pet seed thing now. I don't know if I can... Oh, wait, before I forget, I also need to fix Ryan's face. Which we can do with the, that button. And then go to this place, and then come here, and then go to facial hair, and then I'd say it's like, you know, it's like this one, probably. Oh, it's like that one. There we, yeah, it's like that one. There we go. It's been done. Unless there's better facial hair, I don't think there is. Yeah, I think that's it. There, it's been done. I'm happy I didn't forget. Let me check to see if Delaney does have, like, a pet or something with her. Oh, also, yeah, you have your pet little tree monster. It's disgusting. He has a beard. Wait, because Cody, you also have a beard too, right? I looked at... Okay, I forgot. Because these were like... I gotta also... Yeah, that's right. Alright, hold on. The only reason why Ryan got one is because I saw him yesterday and he complained about it. So I have to... I forget people have beard. I'm like... Rob was like the first person I made, and he threw me off because he doesn't have a beard. That's what it came down to. I guess... but I don't know if we're going to have a beard that matches as close to Cody's. Is it like that? That's not right. I don't have a picture of Cody in front of me, and it's been a long time since I've seen him. It's either like that or like that. But that looks too bushy, and this looks like there should be something going across the lips. There should be like a mustache too. That's why I'm like, there's not a great choice. But I'll just also give you that one if you want. There, we're gonna go with this one. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Delaney's the only one who leveled up off of the final fight from yesterday. For those who weren't here at the very beginning, I got through the final fight after 2 more tries. No problems, nobody died. Delaney leveled up. The move I chose for you, Delaney, is you have these little jump jaw traps now that you can throw out, and it'll stop people. They're like bear traps, pretty much. The other choices weren't very good. All right. But also, I wonder, what's going on with this grove? No, nothing. All right, let's get adventuring. Enough of all this talking. Is this a place, oh yeah, okay, hold on. All right, let's get moving. Let's scout out this tile. We gotta try to find a place with a place where we can get new people, because I also had another idea how to handle our party problem, our party like makeup problem. Although it may not be a problem, it's just like it could become one depending on bad situations. The Great One. Rob says, so I noticed Cindy's been gone a while. Any clues why? Delaney says, might be we overshot some, or she did. Should we backtrack a bit? Cody says, this peddler may know. Rob says, oh, peddler woman! You know, just like he does in real life to practically anybody he doesn't know. And the peddler woman says, who? And Rob's like, pardon us, Queen Bobbleseller. We're wondering if you've seen a lady pass this way. She'd be kind of mystical looking. And the lady says, well, firstly, I'm not selling anything. Cody says, could have been any time in the past couple of days. Where are you coming from? And the lady says, small village near what we used to call Sirona Forge. It's not... Rob says, Sirona Forge is where she was headed. Giving it a look. But you never saw her? And she said, sorry, no, but listen. Folks have been disappearing back there. I don't know what's gotten into them. But it's not safe. I've packed my things and I'm heading out. Your friend, well, I hope you find her. The woman and her cart roll along. Delaney says, ominous woman. And Cody says, imagine packing your life up like that. Rob says, in any case, I guess we'd better pick up the pace. Later, Delaney asks anything, and Rob says, no, you? Delaney says, no, it's a little village, but I doubt they all packed and left. From a gully among the rocks rises a brief gust of voices. Cody says, hear that? Some random people are like, come, great one, come. Come, great one, come. And Cindy's like, does this normally work for you? Hush up, you. Yeah, hush, say the random people. Come, great one, we brought your gift. Spare us. Delaney's like, Cindy? The urgent cries and the amber torchlight are easy to follow in an otherwise still night. Cindy's cage is makeshift, but sturdy. Cody's like, this is a sacrifice, isn't it? And Rob's like, shh, not if we stop it. Alright, we have two choices, ladies and gentlemen. We can attempt to reason with them, in which case Rob will say, good neighbors, landsfolk, listen, there's no need for blood. Or, we can rescue Cindy by force. And Rob's is like, we'll scatter this rabble. I mean, technically, well, okay, I'll get opinions from the group, but the choice may ultimately fall with Rob, since his character is the one saying it, but I'll gauge how much back and forth there is on that. Oh damn, who hath caged the Cindy? These random people seem to be trying to sacrifice her, Delaney. Where you gotta keep up. You gotta keep up. I'm just messing with you. We get 2 votes for force so far. Unless I hear a opposing request. That's 3 out of 5. Oh shit, Rob says in real life I talk it out. But everybody else is like force. I like how everybody else is like what makes this funnier is because like everybody else is like force except for the one guy who died in the fight. And he's just like, yeah, you know, let's talk. But that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I mean, I would probably... Also, these guys are like a bunch of like... It'd be one thing if they were like big, tough guys or monsters, but they seem like a bunch of just like regular folks. So I kind of say we don't want to murder regular folks. They're probably we could probably try to talk, and if that doesn't work out, it's gonna turn into a fight anyway. So I'm also leaning attempt to reason with them, but you know, if the group really feels that forceful about it, then we can fucking force it. Well, that's truthful. It is Rob's mouth. Also, that way. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with majority rule on this one. Actually, I think that's only fair, semi, because it is a group decision, even though Rob is technically the one saying it. So I'm gonna lean that way. At the end of the day, we're gonna go in by force. Rob says, turn and run, fools. See, that's my friend you've caged up. I will kill you if you stand against us. And the people are like, not one step closer. The Great One demands sacrifice. All our lives are at stake. Rob says, wrong. I think it's just yours. From within the cave, a blue glow grows, and a hungry growl echoes. And they say, idiot, now it's too late. We can only hope it will sate itself on you. Well now. Well now. Jesus! The flames crackling from its back seem to whisper beguiling words, and awful hunger lights its bottomless gaze. Well, now we get to fight the Great One. And these Idiots. It's probably for... This is... Ugh. Alright, well, these are just regular people. We'll see what we can do. Oh, we're also down fucking Cindy. Alright, well, that's fine. This is all okay. Rob, you know what to do. You're gonna go in, you're gonna set a fire, and then you're gonna smack this lady. Very politely. Set a fire right here. And then smack this lady. She blocked your hit. I just want to make that clear. All right, I think a good idea for right now, because how that just went, is for Delaney to go in and blind these guys with her fancy flash cone. There you go. Now they're all blinded, and we don't have to worry about them for a turn. Next, Cody, the Elementalist, can go in and use his fire powers to firepower. Interfuse with the fire. And then leash it. I guess there's no way to hit more than one person at a time. Put it on that person. They blocked it, but they'll still take damage next turn. And then Ryan can come in and interfuse with the rock. And then, you know, smack the two closest ones. And they'll bounce. There you go. And then we're all stacked up, so... Oh, and Delaney can still shoot. So let's have her take out... Or do damage to this guy. So hopefully by the time the fire takes effect, he'll just die. Oh, Delaney can shoot again! That fucking leaf thing that has a chance to refund her an action point is fucking great. Alright, well... Oh, Delaney blocked the fire. Good shot. Good job. And we don't have to have Rob put down fires, because the thing did. Alright, it's a good thing we're all together. Alright, this guy's gonna die because he's standing in fire already. So, alright. This is pretty, we're pretty good. This is pretty alright. Cody did the things. Cody did the fire things. Okay. So let's get Delaney in a flanking position. And then she can take a shot. Or actually, throw down a jump jaw. That way the thing can't move anymore. And then get all the way over here to split its attention. So that it'll either try to go after Delaney or it'll try to go after the group. But since it like shoots this big fire shit, I don't want us to group up too close together. Can we get Rob close enough to smack it? You'll have to walk through some fire, but you'll be okay otherwise. Is there any way for me to get you to not walk through fire? I don't think so. Unless we move Cody first, maybe. Let's move Cody out of the way. Spread us out. And then have Cody interfuse with this fire that's closest to the beast. And then fire leash it onto the thing. Now this is fine. So actually, we can clear the way for Rob to go in and finish it by having Ryan... Oh, Ryan can just discus... Okay, he can't discus the thing. Let's do it this way. Discus that guy, and then I'll bop over to him. Bada bing, bada boom. And then Rob can just walk up and smack it. He'll have to... I understand the risk. Rob will take 2 damage, but he'll get it back right after this fight. And then you hit the big thing. And, well, you know, or you miss. This wasn't in the calculations, I'm not gonna lie. Oh! It died anyway. It took 1 damage from the fire, and then it took 2 damage from Delaney's traps. And there you go. And Rob and Cody are 1 fight away from leveling up, and let's see. Rob's got some new armor. This one will give him more armor, but lower his speed, which I think is fine. That means he won't be able to walk as far, but... Actually, maybe I'll leave him with what he's got. I think he's good. Because I need him to be able to move around and stuff a little bit more if he's going to be taken up to the front. And then we got this Fern Shadow Ring, which gives a +5 dodge chance. I might give that to Rob, because that means that there's a better chance that he'll just all-out dodge attacks that are coming in at him instead of having to worry as much about the thing. Or should I give it to some... Actually, maybe I'll give that to Delaney. Who's that the smallest? Because she's also kind of like... She kind of goes out on her own. The rest of the mystics kind of stick together. I'll give it to her, that way we don't have to get rid of this ring. Because that ring is still pretty good, too. Alright. The Great One is extinguished, reduced to ash. The fools who fed it on the flesh of innocents have paid with their lives. Cindy and the rest make a wary return from the cave in the gully. Cindy says, "You're a true friend, Rob. I want you to know I'm grateful." And Rob's like, "Cindy, did we rescue the wrong person in the dark? You sound friendly." And Cindy's like, "Oh, well, why not? Aren't we friends? Kind of?" Dawn climbs onto the distant hills as a young woman approaches. Let me first thank you, strangers. My name's Vienna Direness, and my parents were among the first sacrificed by that man and his posse. All of us wound up under their thumb. Now that they're gone, I think all of us are going to pick up and leave these cursed stones behind." And Cindy's like, "I get it. Sometimes forgetting is the only way forward. You're welcome to take what we can't carry. Use it well, and remember that you'll always have our gratitude. Though I'm sure you won't recall our names and faces, we'll cherish yours." It turns out to be a cold morning. Clouds churning up from the east devour the sun. Cindy and the others head out after salvaging some of the things that the villagers leave behind. The lair of the Great One will be overgrown with weeds, and the atrocities committed there will one day pass from memory. The bones of these abandoned buildings will long stand as a testament to the danger of fear, the poisonous desperation it breeds. We got some wood and some hides. Alright, well, you know, we did the thing. Let's secure this place. And look for an item while we do it. Alright. And then we got some resources. We got some ingots. And we found a necklace that gives more dodge. So this is a necklace. So we can give that to anybody. I'm going to actually give that to Rob then. Because he doesn't have a necklace yet. So it's not replacing a thing. So more dodges. He needs all the defensive stuff we can give him. And then on to the next place, I guess. Yeah. Oops. Alright, so we get rid of the infestation. That takes a couple more days. And then let's go in. Stories of Fire. They hike a mulchy hill above Suthwine Gasworks, making their final approach. Rob says the trees here actually look younger than the wider woods. Kind of odd. Delaney thinks to herself, "It's happening, isn't it? I've got that feeling like I'm shielding a candle from the wind and wishing only to go inside, to sleep in my bed. Should I say something?" Delaney's leading the way, and it's she who spots the warm glow ahead. Did it flicker to life just now? Or maybe it only been hidden behind trunks? Cody's like, "Yeah, this place is pretty removed. Wonder why Thrixel would gather here." Rob says, well, let's channel that curiosity into action. Anyway, we'll get our chance to find out. Delaney's like, everyone ready? Seems like a campfire up ahead. Rob's like, is it our enemies? Oh, wait, maybe they're about to have a crickety sing-along, making their bug parts whistle and hum. Cody's like, may not be hostile, but I'll stay ready. And Delaney's like, oh no, this isn't a... A gout of flame swirls amid these saber rocks, silent, bright, and smokeless. Delaney says it's not a place to hang your kettle. It's beautiful. I wonder why it's not hot. Rob's like, not hot, it's blistering. Cody's like, I feel it. Delaney, you okay? Delaney's like, do you hear stories? Or is that just my mind that hears them, she thinks to herself. Delaney moves nearer to the spiraling inferno, apparently unscorched. Cody says, Delaney! And Delaney says, I'm awake, is what I am. I remember. I remember one tall story. It's brief. It's for children. In early days, the sky's back was not so stiff. She bent and saw a handsome gray squirrel who'd climbed to the top of a redwood. Cody's like, Delaney? And Rob's like, you're getting really close. Delaney continues, this squirrel, he chatted to her blithely, how he relished her stars in the autumn wind, took comfort when she cast her cloudy hair. He thanked her for letting the sun thread through it. The squirrel spoke without guile, and it couldn't be helped. The young sky fell in love. So when she watched him plant his forest and watched the trees grow tall where he placed them, the sky thought to impress him by planting her own. A lightning arm she gently lowered, and a great tree of scarlet was born. But it was a greedy tree. It grew and grew and grew so large it consumed the forest and the squirrel had planted. And without time for a word, words took much longer to say in those days, it swallowed the squirrel's body too. Seeing the world suffer, she summoned from the cosmic ice a healing rain. It was the first rain, and afterwards she would often soak the world in it, for fear all might burn up like that poor intrepid squirrel. That's the story I remember, and this place remembers. It's a piece of here, something left behind. Cody's like, what's that mean? Delaney's like, stories of fire. You don't hear them? They leap and lick at my imagination. At this altar, once people would gather and tell them. But they're dead now. Those people are dead. The flame somehow endures. Cody's like, Delaney, come away. You should be burning. How are you not? Delaney's like, listen, I'm going to let it touch me. Cody's like, you're entranced, aren't you? Delaney, you're not thinking straight. And then he leaps to intercede, or Delaney's, it welcomes me. I can take this fire. It's heat and memories and myself. Delaney reaches into the flame and gets a transformation. Well, we come at it. We're at an impasse. I mean, I've actually seen this one before, so I can just straight up say what'll happen. But that also makes it less interesting, I think, for the group dynamic, possibly. Although if Delaney doesn't say anything, then, you know. I mean, we have votes for Beat a Fire. I'm going to do the Flamey Reach Around. All right, that's enough for the Fire Touch crowd. Rob's like, but, and Cody's like, Delaney, no! She leans close and lets the fire climb her wrist. She says it's all right. I'll be all right. She stands unharmed as flames file up her arm, orderly as ants. But then, yeah! Cody's like, Delaney! A sudden mass of fire wreaths Delaney's body. Ack! Just as it seems the whirling flames will devour her, they retreat into their coals. Delaney stumbles back a few steps. Whoa. Cody's like, what in? Put it in the dirt already. What are you doing? Delaney is like, wrong instinct, Cody. It doesn't hurt. It just kind of tingles. Actually, I feel almost, I don't know. I feel pretty good. Close by, a small flitting noise is followed by a drone of several seconds, and then a telling silence. Delaney's like, that's right, there. Rob says, we can solve this later, I hope. And then we got a legacy point. Yeah, so congrats. Delaney now has a fire hand. That's the good news. The bad news is, fire hands can't hold shit. So, you know, she can't do... Well, I don't know. It says she still has a bow and arrow, so maybe it's fine. But I don't think she can use two-handed things anymore. But then she also has, like, a cone of fire attack that she can do now, which is pretty great. Which is good, because we're fucking right in the thick of it. Alright. Let's see if we can get Delaney in position to hit all these bitches with her new firearm. Oh, get it? Firearm? I made a funny. I made a horrible, horrible pun funny. Alright, cone of fire. Oh, that one will hit... Oh, here we go. I can, if I move it out further here. Can't hit everything, but we can hit these two. There you go. I don't like the chat anymore. And enjoys my fucking bullshit too much with puns. Anyway, next we're gonna have Rob hit the big guy because we fucking need that problem solved. But not before laying down a fire somewhere. Okay, I think. I kind of want to move it. Okay, I think I have a way we can do this. Put down the fire here. Rob, smack a bitch. Good smack. And then Cody, as our resident elementalist, will move back and get into that fire. And then we can leash it all the way over here, hitting both these motherfuckers together. Boom! That's the good news. The bad news is, there's not much else in here for the rest of us to work with. Let's see. That works. Ryan could probably get into that. if actually I think Cindy's the humanist, so she. Oh wait, no. I don't know if she's. No, I didn't give her. You're both Myth Weaver. She doesn't have that. Oh, she could Bone Lance this thing, but Delaney would get hurt too. And when what's this? Oh yeah, that's the answer. That's always the answer. Oh, okay, we have all the answers. All right, Cindy, interfuse with that thing, then steal fire under that motherfucker. He dodged it. That's fine. Not your fault. This happens. And then Ryan, interfuse with the stone table, I think, or with this dude. Yeah, stone table would be best. And then smack that big thing with a rock. And the other thing with a rock, too. Look at that. Alright, well, that thing didn't die, but it will next turn. Alright, it hit Delaney for 1 damage. She'll be fine. I mean, Delaney could smack it back, I think, with her knife. But we don't need to do that. Let's actually have Cody finish it off with that fire. Because we've got to put it to use anyway. We're not going to hop it out of here. So actually, get rid of that thing. And then the rest of us can move up and see what's going on in the next room. I'm going to have Delaney open the door. And then she can move back if it's bad things. That's fine. What about Dakona Fire? Dakona Fire really doesn't do that much damage right now, so it'll probably be better to just shoot something. Probably. Let's see what else everybody else can do. Let's see what Rob does damage-wise to these guys. We need to get rid of this Seeker guy. He's the big threat. So I'm gonna move Rob. Well, Cody already did his thing. Oh, I can move Rob here, and then Rob can set a fire behind him. There we go. So then one of us can use that fire to hit that thing in the back. And then Rob can take a big smack at the Seeker here, which the Seeker fucking blocked it because our luck sucks. Alright. And then Delaney now that we know that Rob will miss. Maybe Flash Cone the... Nah, Rob will be fine. Right? Rob will be... Alright, listen. We're gonna Flash Cone. Yeah, we'll do that. So now that thing won't hurt anybody. And then you guys need to withdraw out of that. And then Ryan can move up. And enter... we can actually see through this wall. We can have Ryan interfuse with the bookshelf, where he'll then be able to use the books on the shelf to lore dump, overload an enemy's brain with knowledge, dealing damage and stunning them for 2 turns, which is pretty great. But it only has a range of 2 actually, so that's not gonna hit. That's not gonna hit. What about this thing? We can do that. Let's get Ryan onto that, and then Cindy will stack up with the rest of us for defense. And she's got a staff, so she can actually do some decent melee damage, so we'll just have her smack that thing. Alright, we're doing okay. Alright, yeah, it took a swing, but it's blinded, so that's fine. So now from where, we'll have Ryan move up a bit, just so we can get ready to move on to the next room without having to take extra steps. And then steal the fire onto this guy. Alright, that went further than it was supposed to. That sucks. Also, it didn't do that much damage. We need to take care... We need Rob to help us take care of this thing back here. So knock it down, and then Cody... Oh, never mind. Rob just killed it in 1 hit. Problem solved. Cody can now interfuse with nothing over there. We'll have to have him move first. So Cody will move up here. That should be not too far. And then he can interfuse with... let's see. A lamp could be lit, and then we can do the fire move again. Explode 2 or more interfused wood into a higher damage burst between objects. Hold on. Maybe we can have somebody go set that fire in the middle so that Cody can use it. Probably Cindy. So Cindy, go up. Light the lamp. And then Cody can use that new fire and steal fire onto this guy. Proper. There we go. He's going to die next turn, because that'll do 2 damage to him, and so he's good. So now we'll have Delaney move up just to stack up just in case. And then let's put her into Silk Step so she can be hidden for next turn. So he should die. Problem solved. And we're all set to move into... Oh, that's the round. We're done, ladies and gentlemen. And we got 2 people leveling up. Cody and Ryan, be thinking about what move you want to have. Okay, Cody. You can get Aid once per combat, grant an adjacent target 5 temp health, and remove negative status effects. Ignite once per turn as a single action. Cody pulls motes of heat out of the air and gathers them in a single point, creating an interfused blaze on a tile with debris. Oh, that kind of sucks. Long Reach. Cody has +1 range with all attacks and abilities, or you can upgrade your existing Elementalist to be able to do more with the existing attacks, but these are pretty specific, so I wouldn't go for that. Honestly, even though it sounds kind of boring, I'd probably go for Long Reach. Unless you do want to be the healer. But it's not a heal is the thing, it's like temp health. So like if somebody is close to dying, you can give them temporary health, but you're not healing them. Meanwhile, Ignite isn't actually useful because there's not a whole lot of debris around. That doesn't really help us with debris. Alright, well, if Cody, it sounded like you want to do Aid. Alright. And then, Ryan, your choices are the Humanist, Advanced Interfusions, which would be advanced moves with anything man-made. Elementalist, so you could be like Cody, and also be able to do more stuff with just elemental stuff. Viciousness. Ryan's melee attacks give +1 damage. That would be a very stupid thing for a... Oh, alright. One sec, Ryan is battling the child. Alright. You're lucky he's so cute. I would say we don't have a Myth Weaver. Both of you are Myth Weavers. We literally have 2 Myth Weavers. Both Ryan and Cindy are Myth Weavers. Poison? Oh, yeah. I don't know about poison. I mean, in this game, I've never been one for damage over time, but, you know, maybe. Also, that's very specific. So there would have to be a mechanism in the level and then poison. Then I should be the better one, as I am the man. Alright, so you want to upgrade your Myth Weaver? Alright, it's done. Alright. So we got a new sword, and we'll give that... I mean, it's only a level 1 sword. We'll give it... I mean, we can have Delaney have a sword instead of a dagger as her backup weapon, since she's in the thick of it a little bit more often. And Blackbone Swipe sounds like an alright name for such a sword. The dust settles, the air smells acrid and burnt. Cody says, "You can control that thing, I hope." And Delaney's like, this arm? Yeah, Ryan's like, "Can you talk for a second, Delaney? I mean, you do appear to be on fire, which, how do you feel about that?" Delaney is like, "Alright, so I really did hear something, right? Whatever presence was there in the altar, the flames, it spoke in me more than to me, like the chorus of my primal ancestry. I heard them offer stories to the altar. Quan the Summer, the Queen of Embers, the Sun Thief, and the Empire of Ashes, or softer stories like that little yarn about the sky and the Tree of Fire. I heard them, these flame keepers, people who drove their herds and built their shelters here, who poured out their mysteries by this altar they must have carved. And to become a keeper of that flame, it is something I can tend and nurture. That'll also make me strong and help me protect the people that matter." One second, I got a text. Okay. Cody's like, "Well, fine. Keeping you at arm's length is no longer enough, I guess. You can emulate yourself slowly if you like. but make sure the others can still count on you. Delaney's like, is he scared of me? Delaney's like, you're not going to tell me off, are you? And Ryan said, where will we be if none of us took risks? Alright, so our enemies get stronger because we are taking more time. But that's fine. We're going to secure this land. Then we're going to have to go all the fucking way around because there's no bridge here. Oh, hey! There's an opportunity! For a friend, Cody and Delaney take a walk through the fog. This definitely sounds like a thing that needs to happen. One misty summer night, two companions walk these woods on a poorly planned patrol. Cody says, something about marching into the evil forest suddenly feels imprudent, Delaney. Delaney's like, what, too spooky for you? Afraid of the Pinecone Woman? Old King Warlock? Delaney says, even if they do exist, I'm the one they target. I just look dangerous. You? Eh. And then we hear some garbles in the background, and Cody's like, Delaney gets snagged! Cody's like, here's what I don't understand. Why, in the name of any god that is, do I get suckered into these things? Bump. And the guy's like, excuse me? And Cody's like, hey, okay, have you seen someone annoying pass by? And then either Cody gets snagged too, or earlier, Foggy Knight brave enough to go out there, and Cody says, not really. Nope, Cody's getting snagged too. I think this is a thing. This is the only options we have. Cody and Delaney have to go, and then Rob is going to be their muscle. Where are we going? Where are they going? Where? I guess they have to travel all the way over here to where the stuff is happening. Meanwhile, we finished our securing of the site. So, Belt of Chivalry, armor. We'll give that to, obviously, Rob. He needs more armor. Always more armor. Okay, anyway, continue. So, the three of them are traveling to the site, or getting, they got grabbed and they're getting dragged off to this area. And now the story continues over there. There's no light, no sense of up or down. In the trapped air, every sound and sense feels close. Where am I? Am I blind? Am I alone? Cody? I guess you survived then, says Delaney. A flame flares. Delaney carefully sets down a small copper lamp. The shock of the light is its own kind of blindness. As Cody's eyes adjust, he sees the prison that surrounds them. Earthen walls, crude bars of barely shorn bows. Cody says, what happened? I remember being in the woods, and then Delaney says, cultists, rock scratchers, bull worshippers. Left us with this lamp and a little oil. I guess they plan to let us waste away? Not sure what else. It's a morbid, slow sentence, leaving us light to starve by. And Cody's like, yeah. Well, the bars are wood, so Delaney said, tried it. And Cody said, you tried the... Delaney said, hate to say it, but this has to be an enchantment. Wood can't even be scarred. Old abiding magic of some kind. Can't cut it, can't batter it down, can't slip between the things, the lamp flame won't burn it. Cody says, and I guess these earth walls? Delaney says, all I can think of is to dig, but without food, doubt we'll get anywhere. And Cody says, yeah, but our captors, do they come by? Have they? And Delaney says, at least once while I was awake. I slept some, don't know how long. And Cody says, how are you doing? Have you been alright? Delaney says, sure, you're the one that's been out. And Cody says, well, we don't die here. I feel that. It would make sense. So we just have to try and there's nothing to eat? And Delaney's like, nah. Though the situation must be fluid. Seems like we won't be fed. And Cody says, oh, fine, okay. Any other prisoners? Or just us? And Delaney says, no one else, unless you want to count this ancient abomination. It's nestled there like the body of a brass pillbug, joints crusted with dry earth. A device of the old mortificers, mostly intact, but clearly lacking the spark of animation. Delaney says, you scared? Heh, just some old broken bonomaton. Long time since it's been working. And Cody says, but this is not nothing. Look at its hands. Did they plant this here? It looks like it hasn't moved in forever. I'm getting a scary plan. Minutes bleed to hours, coagulate into unguessable chunks. Nights, days, dreary, hungry. Cody keeps studying the broken thing in the corner, gripped by a feeling he can't shake. Delaney listlessly walks the perimeter of their prison, clear solution shy to strike her. Eventually, she comes to a conclusion. Fairly simple, but Delaney's like, you want to talk? Cody says, I think I have something. And Delaney's like, yeah, well, my idea's not advanced, but it might work. So here it is. We play dead. Very convincingly. There's a fair chance they want us alive. So when they come in to examine our corpses, we jump them. Cody's like, that's all you came up with? It works as long as they care to remove us in a timely fashion, which, I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking. Look at this old thing's shovel hands. If we can repair it, we have a tool to dig us out. Forces them to either intervene or let us go. Repairing it, the more I think on it, shouldn't be much harder than replacing where the old sinew in it is rotted away, and feeding blood into its system. They look around, and Delaney's like, what? And Cody's like, I'm suggesting you cut off my left arm, and we use the tissues to get this old creature working. Then it digs us out. Alright, so we got two options. So based on Cody's charisma, we have an 86% chance that the play dead attempt works. Or Delaney amputates Cody's arm and they use the materials to fix the robot. This doesn't really affect the group as much, so I am going to defer to the actual couple if they have opinions. I mean, I personally think it would sound pretty cool if we have a fucking digging robot from now on, but there's no guarantee that the robot isn't just going to get you out of this situation and then not work anymore, and then Cody's just left with no arm. That is a possibility. There's also a chance that the playing dead doesn't work, a 14% chance, so it's very low, but there's also a bad chance of that too. So I don't know. Well, it's not robot arm. It is just Cody loses an arm, and then we get a robot to be specific. And then Cody is just left without an arm, at least temporarily. Or at least, I don't know. Maybe that it comes back some other way. I mean, I don't think he needs both arms to keep doing his magic thing. And Delaney technically lost an arm, even if she can do fire stuff with it now. Kill robot, take arm, robot arm. He's eating. 1 sec. Yeah, we got a second. Meanwhile, how everybody else doing tonight? Everybody doing all right? Good? Cool? I also imagine that after this, these two have to be a couple. That's the part of the reason why I let this happen, because I think, after you enter an experience, if you're in a cage with somebody for like a month, stuff has to happen, right? That's just like a given. He says yes to Robot Daddy. All right, we're losing the arm. Delaney says, Cody, as long as we've known each other, you've been a thorn in my ointment. Or, anyway, I just want you to know, even though Cody says, please shut up. I'm doing this to survive, that's all. In fact, I'll say it. I'm sorry, because this will weigh more on you than me. Aged brass and bone dully gleam. Delaney says, if you want, we could pick randomly. I'd be willing to, well... Cody says, just get on with it. The operation is swift. Delaney talks constantly in a calm voice, even as Cody's blood darkens the floor. Cody keeps quiet as he can. The lamp sings one soft, shimmering note. We're outside. There's a rumble. There's a louder rumble. And just like that, croosh. Delaney says, Cody, dust enough for you? And he says, yeah. And Delaney says, I think we're through. Hard to tell, though. Cody says, I feel at once glad and like I left something behind. Robot says, Master, tunnel complete. What now for these tortured bones? Delaney says, this thing gives me an odd feeling. A sad feeling. Cody says, try being the one who lost his arm to it. Anyway, no matter what we might feel, we have a responsibility now. Delaney says, I agree for once. Cody says, we may come to regret it, I guess, but can't leave it behind to get repurposed by those bull huggers. They embark for home and make it back without further incident. Delaney says, come along and just don't be evil. The robot just says, oh, these tortured bones. Bree? Urkelbits joins the party. Dun, 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 dun. Cody has taken in a companion, which will help in any battles he takes parts in. That was totally worth it. Also, congratulations to Cody and probably also Delaney, because you did a side quest. You've gotten a 10-year extension on your life, and you've leveled up. So Cody will have to pick. Compulsion is mind trick, Jedi mind trick. You can interfuse with an enemy and then move it on their turn or on your turn. Archist makes a lame tree. You don't want that one. Bard, Cody reduces the cost of recruit jobs by 1 and +5 stunt to all heroes in the party. That one's pretty lame. Or you can upgrade your elementalists so that these two very specific moves are better. I would say compulsion is probably the best out of this bit. Because it is quite useful to be able to make enemies move where you want them to. Yeah, Jedi trick, definitely. No, it seems Delaney doesn't level up though, which is fine. Cody is the one who lost an arm. Anyway, time for everybody to meet back up. We've had a fine adventure. Let's meet back up here in Briskguard. Meanwhile, it's going to take a while for Cody to heal that missing arm. We have new enemies we have to deal with if we get into fights. Actually, what I should be doing... we need a station. Earn resources. Yeah, let's have everybody else build a station while we're waiting for Cody to heal. Let's do that instead. And we want hides and spell threads. Everybody else go. Cody, you hang out. Primal altar. No, I guess they're still making it. Yeah. As I have an idea what we'll be able to do with this station. Possibly. Oh, there's another opportunity. Library of Light. Cindy was running out of good books to read. Alright, Cindy. Cindy's always found shelter in the shade of shelves, privacy of trees, and book covers. Books are best friends when you have no others. They give you all the distance you want. They don't watch or worry over you. Digging up this library walled away inside a ruin, there was no question where she would spend the spring. Unfortunately, she's fallen into a rut of reading she can't climb out of. Cindy says, more of the same. She thinks to herself, there's those piercing green eyes again. And of course, her coy smile. Always her auburn hair, her piercing green eyes. Ryan says, hey Cindy, you'll want to see this. Cindy thinks to herself, another grizzled veteran showed up? Seriously? For once, can we have a veteran that's not grizzled? Ryan's like, what? And Cindy says, oh, Ryan, I was reading. Ryan says, your teachers must have loved you, Cindy. You make reading look so exciting. And Cindy says, what are you doing here? Looking for something fresh and original? Prepare to be disappointed. Cindy reshelves the offending novel. Ryan says, I'm looking for you. And she's like, oh, me? Well, prepare to be disappointed. And they just look at each other, and Ryan's like, anyway, look, I was nosing around in here the other day, and look what I found. Saving the little book from a damaging fall, she glares at Ryan and then opens them to the marked page. Huh? This is just a map. To the Library of Light? It's fake. It must be. Even I know it's just a story. Ryan says, are you really this stubborn? We're talking about your dream, aren't we? So, new choice. Cindy, you can say, well, I guess we shouldn't rule it out. And Ryan says, I'll get my gear. Or, I don't know, let me finish King Dragonlord first. And of course the sequels. How many are there? Like 16? Anyway, we're going on the adventure. And of course, third wheeling it as always, Rob will come with. So that's happening there. Meanwhile, Delaney's finished up. Alright, we've got an incursion. So now the Thrixel, the enemies that we have been fighting, are now going to start moving through the map and breaking shit on their own. So we're going to have to deal with that eventually also. So we'll see their path on the map and we'll have to deal with them at some point. Meanwhile, Delaney finishes the altar, our station, and now I don't think there's anything else to do there. So Delaney will go and go back and see Cody. Yeah. And kind of hold the fort there in case the incursion gets there. We'll probably have him move back. But let me see. Send a hero to this town to craft or upgrade an item. That's not what we want. I'm looking for a place where we can recruit people. We might not be able to do that with a full party. Anyway, we'll let the other 3 finish their stuff. There we go. They made it to where they need to go. Cindy says, old pin shop landlass, a wise woman who lived in Skybarrow, told me this. Every worthy legend has 100 good variations. According to most tellings, the Library of Light was mortared together with magic, built from bricks cut off the moon. Most say the Emberworld sorcerer, Dakin Quietbury, brought the library into being. Some storytellers have it that a great many mystics helped him, and he promptly chained them all to a volcano afterwards and sent them into space. And that is now the comet Amestius. One version has him using his own life to complete the casting. Yuck. That one's gross. There's the one where he visits the spirit realm. I don't remember why. I don't think anything happens. Maybe he just wanted to visit. The consensus is that he was a seeker of wisdom, someone who saw knowledge itself as the greatest treasure, highest goal. The stories have always been like starlight, scattered and small and uncertain. But bound with this magnetic gram that draws the fragments together, becomes this single childish hope, this enduring, embarrassing sense of, what if? Can you imagine it? A limitless and ever-growing trove of books? Every volume that's been written? Every scroll? Every epic? Then they'll arrive the next day. How should they spend the night? Fire and conversation or pensive stargazing? I'm going to guess fire and conversation. Because I think that's going to end up strengthening the relationship, so I'm making that call. I think the other one's for if you just want them to, like, not really interact. So, Cindy is a jabberjaw, and Ryan's just like, yeah, whatever. The fire is high, and their deep differences seem tonight like strengths. The night gives them courage. But the next morning, they'll reach their goal. And find it guarded. By the way, we just purely lucked out, because I never set, like, this person wants to be coupled with this person. There's nowhere to do that. There's just a chance for it to happen. So, just naturally did, based on stats. Anyway, we gotta beat this big Hill Guardian, which is weaker to magic than physical, but Rob will still be able to do quite a bit. Luckily, there's plenty in this area, so we have a lot to work with. Rob, first, take cover and set a fire. And then get into Sentinel mode in case we need you to hop out from behind the rock. And then these other 2 will follow and do the same thing. We'll all get behind this for right now, because I think that I'm not sure if that thing charges or if it just kind of walks. And then we can still have these 2. Ryan can Splinter Blast. Maybe I should have... Or can Cindy... Who's better at that? Might be the same. Yeah, you're probably both the same. Oh, Wild Grasp. That'd be good. Is that going to reach? It will. 5 damage, 5 range to Ryan's. Would Ryan also do 5 damage? He probably should. He might do more. He'll do 6 damage, because I think his wand has more power. Alright, let's do that. So Ryan will pull that thing, and then Wild Grasp the Hill Guardian all the way over. And then Cindy can interfuse with the fire, which should then be able to hop over... Actually, I'm not sure she's going to be able to reach it from there. So instead, I'm gonna have her do a Splinter Blast, because that'll shred the Hill Guardian's armor. So then Rob can go in and do some real work. There we go. Now he's completely armor shredded, so Rob should be able to finish him off in one hit. As long as he doesn't miss. There we go! Good job, team. Cindy, now you get to pick your next level up. You can also get the Mind Trick, or you could also become a Elementalist. You can get Heroism, which means once per combat, Cindy gains +1 action point, and attack actions only cost 1 action point this turn. So you'd be able to pretty much do 2 things in 1 turn, once per fight. Or you could upgrade your Myth Weaver and be able to do more stuff, or do better stuff with Myth Weavy things. Rob has been quite reliable this stream, I will say. I don't have an opinion, because we already have somebody else who has Compulsion, so we don't necessarily need a second, but it doesn't hurt. Having more options doesn't hurt either. I mean, we also don't technically need a second Elementalist either, so... Elementalist, alright. Fair enough. So now we have 2 Elementalists. That also comes in handy. Meanwhile, a Cloak of Rhythm will improve the person's speed, so I'm going to give that to Delaney so she can move further on her turns. Since she's the archer, that will mean she can get in position easier. Ryan says, raise your head if you knew there was going to be a fight. And Cindy's like, did you say raise your head? And Ryan said, raise your hand? Oh, says Cindy. Ryan says, too late, it's not funny anymore. Cindy says, Dakon Quietbury rather famously recorded that there were 2 ways a traveler would be able to locate his library. There was his line, fools fear the wise, and the wise fear fools, which I heard if you arrange the letters, it gives you a clue. I could never unscramble it. Ryan says, right, a lot of O's. What's the second way? And Cindy's like, just how big it is. The interior of the library is a sympathy of sunlight playing for a frozen ballet of crammed shelves. Cindy says, look at the carvings on the wood. Every space is crowded with volumes. Ryan says, this is impossible. Cindy says, this is what dreams look like. And Ryan says, could you even dream this? The library was a dream. That's how it began. Why I studied magic all my life? Same as every magician. I wanted to make my dreams real. I didn't understand then. When dreams come true, you may find yourself buried in them. More than ever, you begin to long for sleep. The library was a dream, and that's what it must remain. Those who leave it will never find their way back. Many days later, Ryan says, Cindy? And Cindy says, we need to leave, Ryan. And Ryan says, don't be stubborn, you old. Oh. Cindy says, something I realized, I guess. I'm not sure when. A long time ago, maybe. Grand times I've spent with books. Times I was alone with a novel in a window and a rainstorm. I'm glad we came here, glad we found it. Saw it all. I've always been afraid to write my own stories. Afraid they'd end up nowhere and matter to no one. But I think that could be the next dream for me. Ryan says, Cindy, what if you can't go back? In stories, isn't that the rule? That you can only visit it once? Cindy says, you know, I've been reading since I was small. Books by heroes and half-crazies. Fiction of all kinds and quality. What I'm thinking now is, it's time I start putting life into my own words. And Cindy gets yet another move, and she gets 10 more years to live. Huzzah! Cindy can either ignite, which is not going to be useful. Spirit Blade, when allies stand directly adjacent to an interfused object, they gain +1 damage. Interfused blazes can be used to grant nearby allies fiery attacks. We've had that one. That one's not great. Or, I don't know, we'll think about it. Cindy deals +1 damage and has +1 range with ranged attacks. Bows no longer have a minimum range. That'd be useful for Delaney, or you can upgrade Myth Weaver. This is... Oh, you know what? I kind of feel like we should reroll. We can spend 3 legacy points to reroll abilities. Oh, but Delaney, Cindy already said upgrade, which is fine. As long as you're cool with that, then I'm cool with it. Alright, meanwhile, we need to get everybody back together real quick in order to get in front of this incursion. So everybody needs to gather up. We should have just enough time, and if not, I can have Delaney... Okay, actually, hold on. Fuck. What we should do, hopefully they go in this direction. Everybody prepare defenses here. And everybody will do it. Do they catch up to Delaney and Cody? Okay, no, they didn't. Alright, we have a little bit of time to build some defenses before... There we go. Okay. Let's make it level 2 if we have time. Perfect. They're headed straight this way. Let's try to get level 3 done, but probably not. Nope, they're here. Alright, so we have level 2 defenses. We'll fix Brisk Guard after we kick their ass, because we have to go in that direction anyway. Oh, wait! Hold on. Yeah, defend. Defend! Alright, so the incursion we're dealing with is 3. Oh, okay, that's how many more sites it would defend, but that's fine. Strength is 7. Alright, so we're dealing with a level 7, blah, blah, blah. Defenses will hold off incursions and make fighting against them easier 25% chance for the defenses to withstand an attack. Well, that's nice, but we're going in. The Thrixel have come. Bleeding into view, there they are. How should the defenders respond? Cody says, Cindy, I'm glad you're here. Alright. 69%. We charge into battle and take the fight to them. So that's a 69% of that going well. 50% chance of use our knowledge of the land and harry their approach, or 65% chance to stay hidden until the last moment, fight with cunning. I mean, the highest one would be the charge into battle. By the way, just while everybody is putting their opinions into the chat, I'm not planning on streaming past 8:30, just to make that everybody aware and be able to make your own schedule. I actually have to go out to the bar because Hector hasn't had power today at all, so he went to the bar and he needs to borrow some stuff to charge. So I'm gonna go to the bar around after the stream. So we're gonna stop the stream at least at 8:30. Look at both his options. No wonder the kids died. Those kids died. Oh no, Hector. Oh, poor Hector. Yeah, he's been dealing with it, so. So it looks like the only vote we have, we have 369, so we're going with 69. The great cry that they share, the strength of standing side by side, fills them with defiant courage. They charge. Alright, so because of that, we all got +1 speed and +2 damage for the first 3 turns. So we're going to try, oh fuck. Alright, we're going to try to make the most of it. We also have a couple of randos helping out with the defense. Oh, jeez. Alright, let's look at the area we're dealing with. Okay. Kill all enemies is our general thing. Oh, we have our new fucking robot friend too. Urkelbits. I wonder if we can repair him if he goes down. Anyway. Well, we need to open some of these doors to get a look at what we're dealing with. Get an idea where our enemies are. So we'll have, let's see what Urkelbits can do. He just has a stomp move. So that's fine. We'll have him open the door. Yeah. Open the door to reveal fabulous prizes. Hey, look, the Scorcher. Let's see what's going on with this thing. Burrow. Oh, by the way, I can rotate the camera by accident. Scorcher burrows to a nearby location, knocking foes away from the location. That's bad. And Toxic Spike. Scorcher attacks their target, injecting them with poison. It's got very low magic defense and higher straight-up attack, so our Mystics will take care of him. Meanwhile, outside the other door, let's have Cindy open it. Okay, we have that goddamn bard. We can shackle that thing, and then Rob can run up and fuck it up. Probably. It sounds like a plan so far. Because I hate that guy. That stupid giant roach is like the worst. So Cindy, you should interfuse with this cooking pot. And then shackle the bard. So now he can't move. And now Rob can run out there and smack him real hard. Okay, there's one other enemy that way, so we'll have Rob lay down a fire just in case it's needed, and then smack a bitch. And just like that, the giant roach has been smished. Fucking hate that guy. this after that first chapter, everything gets a lot easier because now we all have decent shit. Delaney should be able to take out that little guy. So we'll have her move here. And then... Cone of Fire, no. Oh, wait, maybe not. What happened to her... swap weapon. There we go. I didn't realize she had a crossbow. Yeah, take aim. Is it a... Uh-oh. Why can't you take aim? Ranged accuracy, 5 damage, 6 range. Oh, maybe it's not in range. It might just be that simple. Alright, Cone of Fire. Well, that's not going to reach either. Let's see. Well, then... New plan. You could go up and smack it. Or do you have to get a little bit closer to get in range? Okay, we're going to have you go into Silk Step. And we'll plan for next turn to have you take a shot. We need to do something about that guy up north. And Rob's out there kind of in the open on his own. Let's have these random villagers go out and protect Rob, or at least give Rob some backup. And then we can also do this volley of arrows thing, which just hurts everything in this direction. But I don't want to waste it on that guy. We're going to save it. So you wait here, and we'll have this archer guy go out and also stack up on Rob. More defense. And then all of our magic users will go out to try to fuck with the giant worm. Or actually, we'll give it a turn. Everybody stack up on the door. Ryan, can you close the door from where you're at? Apparently not. We need somebody... I don't know if we can even close doors. This could be dangerous, but too bad. Wait here. Once per combat. Cody could give some extra defense, but we're not going to waste that off the bat. Is there anything we can infuse with it outside? Nope. All right, well then we're just hanging out in here. Oh, hey, look, an enemy. Oh, hey, look, the guy's moving closer. All right, we're all good. This big guy didn't do anything, so hold on. The problem is we need him to be in here so we can use all this shit on him, probably. But first, let's take care of... Let's see if Delaney can make that shot now from where she's at. Yeah, now she can. Okay, she just had to be closer. I was real scared for a bit that her firearm was getting in the way of her doing cool shit. All right. Now Cody can... Rob can go and smack a bitch. You'll be fine. Smack a bitch. And then these guys will come in and back you up. Which is why you'll be fine. If we can get this arrow guy... Oh, the arrow guy can move close enough to finish off that guy. Hopefully, if he does enough damage. Yeah. There you go. Now we only have to worry about you taking like one hit, possibly. And even then, you got these guys stacked up on you. So you got your own little posse, Rob. You'll be fine. Should we volley of arrows on this guy? Nah, we can wait. Alright, so now we got to deal with this big guy. Elkabits can go and punch him. That seems like a plan. Go Urkelbits. Oh, there's a bad guy there. Stomp him, motherfucker. Oh, he blocked it. Alright, well now we have a little bit bad news. Hold on. Let's get... How far can Cindy move? Cindy can move there. Brian, you can interfuse with this coat rack, but that's not going to be able to... Would that work? I think that would work. I think we would go around the corner. Oh, I think that wall is going to get in the way. What about this? Woodpile. Same thing. That's not going to work. We kind of need the big worm to come in here at this point. And then we can fuck him up real nice. So actually, everybody move back away from the door. And hopefully the worm will be lured inside. Sadly, I can't move Urkelbits. I guess we should use... Oh, we can use the volley of arrows... but it has to be within sight of the person. All right, well, we'll have to wait now. Never mind. Everybody get away from the... Or we'll leave Cindy there as bait. Nah, it's fine. I was like, maybe he won't move inside unless there's somebody close to the doorway, but we'll see. All right, Rob gets stasised up, but that's fine. It doesn't do damage, and one of those other villagers can just help with that. Okay, well, the worm didn't take the bait. That's fine. So we can have this guy remove the stasis from Rob. And now that Rob can swing at this guy. Kills it in one hit. Go, Rob. Meanwhile, shit. There's this fire thing. Cindy can come out here and maybe use the fire from that if we're lucky. It might only give the option to blind though. Oh no, perfect. It'll do 9 damage when she steals fire on this guy. Or you know, none of it. Meanwhile, Delaney can trap it here. Okay, here's the plan. Delaney is going to move here. Throw down a jump jaw. No, flash cone. No jump jaw. So it can't move. Uh-oh. Well, it just made Delaney just smack him. So whatever, that's fine. We're okay. I can still compulse the thing to not move if need be. Actually, will a volley of arrows be any useful? No, I still can't see it. All right, you're just gonna have to hang out there. Everybody stack up around the doorway and be ready for whatever happens. And then everybody else needs to start moving back this way to kind of we're gonna let these villagers be bait. Oh hey. Urkelbits hasn't done anything. Can Urkelbits set fire to things? Can he light this lamp? Let's see. Nope. But he can stomp this bitch. Oh, wow. All that was blocked. Alright. Oh, volley of arrows. Yeah, do that shit. Archers! Oh, well, that killed it. I didn't expect that to go down in one hit like that. Alright, but we're not done. We still got a couple more waves of enemies coming through. Alright, we're still in a good spot. Let's see, is there somebody down there near Rob? Nope. Okay, Rob, make your way back towards the middle in case we need you to take out the giant roach. For right now, hang out there. Delaney... God, this fucking thing is so annoying. Actually... Let's see if we can get Cody down there to compulse the bug to get closer to us. But I don't think it's going to be in range. It might have to be Cindy. Cindy also has the ability to mind trick, right? No, she doesn't. She has the better Myth Weaver. All right. Oh. Okay, hold on. Cody, come out, because I noticed. Now you can interfuse with this lamp and fuck up that enemy by Cindy. Good shit. And then Cindy can just go smack it and probably kill it. Maybe? She does have a sword now. Or she has... Yeah, she has something, a bond dredge. Her staff actually does a decent amount of damage. Also, we're still getting a damage boost, actually, from our... we're getting a damage boost from our story stuff. So that's why we're doing so much. So now she can... Even just a smack with the thing do enough damage to kill it. And then we'll get Ryan out here as well. And I'm thinking about what to do with him. Nothing we can do right now, because I think there's a wall right here, which is stupid. Right? Yeah, there's a wall right there. Oh, just Delaney can set fire to light that lamp. And then we'll have her put down jump jaws right here. Is that a plan? I don't think we need to do that. I don't even know the bard's going to come this way. We're going to have Delaney go all the way over here. Because I don't want that bard fucking with anybody. We might send Urkelbits in. Or, well, I guess it'd be pointless to send him in. We'll just move him right here. He'll be ready. And then Ryan can interfuse with... I mean, the fire's going to go out anyway. Interfuse with that lantern. And then just kind of stack up on Cody for more defense. And then everybody else move up to try to help out. Done and done. This guy might be able to take a shot. Yeah, he's probably not going to do any damage, though. Or actually, we're getting that damage boost, so maybe. Yeah, that wasn't bad. That wasn't horrible. And Rob can stack up on that guy. All right. All right, I'm happy that it was one of those guys that took the hit and not anybody else. Rob, go off and finish this guy. Or, you know, get blocked. That's fine. God damn it. Oh, we can volley of arrows him. Is there anybody else? I think this might be the last guy, so we're just going to volley of arrows and see if that finishes him off. Archers! Damn it! Alright, well now shoot the guy. Oh my god, he's blocking everything. Alright, can you go up and kill it, Urkel Bits? There we go. I think that's the last guy. We're done. Thank goodness. Rob, you leveled up. So we got broad swipes. Your melee attacks do damage in all directions. Battle dance, melee attacks only cost Rob 1 action, so you'd be able to attack twice if you don't move. Long reach, you have +1 range with all attacks and abilities. So that means you'd be able to melee people from 2 squares away, or you could upgrade your sentinel thing where you jump up on somebody, which we haven't been using that too much, but I mean, you know, all of these are pretty useful. So whatever sounds coolest to you, whatever thinks will make you the hero of the day. Battle dance it is. All right, and with that, we're back on track. So we have to clear at least 2 more hostile sites, and then we'll be able to finish a chapter. So I don't think we're going to finish a chapter tonight. We're going to probably get into 2 more fights, probably. We'll do those 2 fights, and then I'll have to decide on when the next stream will happen. I don't think I'm going to stream on Wednesday, but we'll see. But for right now, let's go here and rebuild our shit. Meanwhile, the monsters get stronger. Alright, there we go. Rebuilt. Nice and easy. Yeah, they're fine. And then... why would we need to... oh, they have infestation? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, I see it now. Alright. Get rid of the infestation. Alright, now we'll move over here and do the same thing. It's harder to see these infestation vines through the green. Alright, let's see what adventures we get into now. Ryan and Rob are comrades now, and Delaney and Ryan are comrades. Everybody's relationships are advancing down there in the bottom right where everything is going on, so... let's get into this fight. We gotta clear out this place at Narthsharn Shacks. Out of the rain. Pouring out there, and lightning. You were right, says Delaney. Rob says, stormy, she says. It's always like this time of year. The way to Northsnare Stacks follows dead roads, long washed to chalkstone, wheel cars, and memory. The uneven fields beyond this gorge get swampy, especially in winter. They sink under the shadow of snowy forest. Rob says, got this little cave, though. Delaney says, has me curious. Rob replies, yeah, it wasn't opened up like this before, unless I just missed it. On a forceful gust, the rain comes chasing them. The rocks slicken, fragrant, and dark. Cody says, at least let's talk without getting soaked, yeah? It's only a little... or wait. How far back does it go? Rob says dry, at least. Good dance floor. And then Delaney says wait. As they stoop out of the rain. Crack goes the thunder. Crackle, rumble, thunder, shit, and stuff. The world gives a tectonic shudder, and from outside, obliterating the rain noise, comes the clatter smash of dropping rocks. Oh, we got a cave in. It's no time before they're buried in darkness, listening to the earth grumble and turn over. As things calm, gritty dust stings their eyes, stuffs the nose, smelling of fresh split stone. Fresh split stone. Cindy says, certainly a volatile environment. Ryan says, more or less. Rob says, just our luck, isn't it? We alive? Delaney says, I'm here. And Cody says, alive. Luckily, fire is a simple matter for Delaney. Delaney says, let's not lose the exit entirely. And Rob says, we're taking a longer look, I guess. And Cody says, hey, is this worth stone? Rob says, yeah. Yeah. The way forks. We got stairs here. And Cody says, all right. Interesting. Rob says, and this is, looks random, but some other passage. Cold draft from here. Very cold. Cody says, if there's stairs, there's a warm hand once then a warm hand once carved them. I find that comforting. Delaney says, careful. Look under enough rocks and you will find a snake. And Rob says, and finally a harper beetle too. That does sound fun. Alright, so we got options. We can either clear out the entrance and move on, follow the chilly passage, or take the ancient stairs. This is a group decision. This is a very good group decision. It's a big one, I say. It gives a lot of interesting options. Oh, I just now noticed that Cody has a hook for a hand. Yeah, Cody, unlike most Texans. Where are we going, people? The fact that it's an option probably means we can't just ignore the stuff in the cave. We got 1 vote for stairs. Two votes for stairs. 1 vote for chili. 3 votes for stairs. Gets the majority rules. Rob says, yeah, I don't know. There's something in these old stairs that invites me down. Edges crumble, but the steps mostly hold their shape. Time is louder on a stairway than it seems anywhere else. Scuff by scrape, down they go. Touch by touch by touch. Finally, their lantern's cast flies out across an echoing hall. Cody says it's writing. It's quite ancient. Rob says, Thnarnik. Original, I think. Hey, but look, my favorite god. A stone behemoth guards the shadows. Hey, it's a hippo. Ah, it's a hippo. Rob's favorite god. Damut, Tharnik god of rivers, words, and rhyme. And also justice? And I think just general wisdom. Hippo! Delaney says, sounds like a decent god. Rob says, Damut also showed up to ruin doomed marriages before they could begin. She was the enemy of all betrayers. Cody said, used to read and be comforted by stories of these old deities, especially the good ones like her. Oh, there's a glowing book. Rob says, how old do you suppose that book is? Delaney says, what? That book? Place makes me uneasy. Maybe I should be hurrying you along? Rob bends for the book. It'd been leaned unsacredly against the altar's foot, warping its spine. He opens it. Cindy says, I think they forgot us. Rob says, 1 word on the first page. Guanad. Tharnik. It's, how 2 or more casts of light that overlap become the same general radiance. That is Guanad. Delaney says, never knew you knew all this about ancient Tharnland. You're even reading it? Almost immediately, as Rob utters that word, the whole mountain seems to sigh and then starts sagging inward around the temple vault. Cody says, put it back! And Rob's like, yep. But replacing the book fails to halt the awful growing noise of collapse. The steps they came down are buried in a fast-growing boulder cloud. Rob says, don't give up. No, it's... Ryan says, are we dead? And Rob says, remember, if this did once serve as a temple, it should have a through door. The Tharnik religion emphasized passage, the going forwardness of... Delaney says, yeah, is this it? This is a stair. Cody says, better than standing around to die. Rob thinks to himself, but how do I just leave? I'll never find such a place again. And what did it mean? Crackle, grumble, hippo. Hippo guanad. Crunkle! Delaney says, Rob, come on! And then the statue is broken. And Rob gets hit by a piece. Yeah! And Delaney says, Rob! And coughing through the dust, he's like, ick. Delaney drags a half-crushed and bleeding Rob down the shallow stairs of the passage. He's wheezing. Delaney says, by any gods that are, including those Tharnik ones, you're lucky that didn't take your head. And Rob says, I'm okay. Slow because I grabbed what I could. Delaney says, I really should have known. Anyway, there's daylight ahead. Need help walking? Rob says, well, and it's also weird, Somebody says, hey, you hear that? Cody says, what happened? Rob, all right? There's water noise. He's like, Rob says, ugh. They'll emerge from the buried crossroads in sight of Narsnare stacks. That's such a fucking tongue twister. Concealed from the Draven who lie in wait. Rob gets a permanent +5 potency for this campaign. Well, that is completely useless to him, because he doesn't do any magic. But he found that Nars Arcadia, the looping words within this book help a speaker make connections among the self, the things, and the spirits. In anyone's hands, it enables interfusion. Oh! Increases the hero's max interfusions by 1 and allows non-mystics to interfuse. Mingle the mystic's life energy. Alright. Well, I feel like it only makes sense for Rob to have it then. Now we truly are Wizard Thunder. The only non-mystic we have is Delaney. But she's got a magic fire hand, so you know. Alright, so everybody's in stealth because of what happened. But Rob starts with half health because of the rock that hit him. And now we're dealing with Draven, which are just a bunch of lizard folk. They're not nearly as hard as the fucking Thrixel can be. Especially because I don't think they have that much magic resistance. So now even Rob can interfuse, which is a weird thing for a warrior. But it makes sense. Although it doesn't give me the option here, so I don't know how we get to it. He may not actually be able to because he'd have to be using a one-handed weapon. So actually, we'll probably end up giving... I don't know if I can have him transfer that book to somebody else, but I didn't know that's how it works. And it's not giving me the option to, like, switch to the book. So I don't think he can actually use it because unless we switch him to a one-handed weapon. But I don't think that's his purpose. We'll talk that one out later. Anyway, move up, Rob. Everybody's in stealth, so we don't have to worry about too much this turn. Alright, we got a little guy. Urkel Bits can move up. Everybody's going to stack up on Rob. So we can get a look at everything. Shouldn't really matter too much the order for right now. Get one of us close to the door. There we go. We're all connected, so we got a lot of defense. What do you mean harass? Oh, I guess the robot wasn't in Gray Plane because he's a robot. Possibly. Oh, so now the robot's got a bird flying around it that's doing constant damage, but one of us can shoo the bird away, which will probably be Delaney, because she has an extra chance of getting an attack back or an action point back, so it probably makes the most sense for her to do it. Yeah, so shoot a bird away, and then Urkel Bits, go attack. Can you hit both of them? No? Well, hit the strong one. There you go. This is going to be easy. Next, let's have Rob. Actually, Rob is probably going to go for the door. Because whatever's in here is probably going to be closer and Rob can actually reach it. Meanwhile, Ryan... I think Ryan has the advanced Mistweaver compared to Cindy. Or they both have advanced Mythweaver. I can't remember. I think Ryan took Mythweaver. So... we'll have Ryan move up and then interfuse with this bookshelf. Lightning Learning. Destroy a book or statue, granting yourself or an ally +3 potency that decays over 3 turns. That'd be pretty good. But instead, we're going to do a lore dump. Lore dump this motherfucker. Oh, and it bounced to somebody else because of your fire wand, so you killed both of them. Look at that. I'm good at planning things. Alright. And then open the door. Okay, there's actually nobody in there. So Rob, move up. Okay, there's another door. Let's split up. Could open that door, but we'll wait till next turn when everybody has action points available. We're going to do this in a twofold fashion. All right, open the door, Cody. There's just a storm throat. Rob, go do what you do. Uh-oh. All right, well, luckily I put you in a good spot to take care of both these guys. So lay down some fire here, and then let's see. Can you kill either one of these guys? Kill that guy. And then Cody can interfuse with... We'll have... First, because the fire can be destructive if this goes wrong, we'll have Cindy interfuse with the books and do a lore dump of her own. And that's enough. We're done. Pauldron of Cunning. Plates etched with botanical imagery. Melee accuracy and range accuracy. More accuracy goes to Delaney. Actually, Rob's been missing a lot. And Delaney already has a thing that's upping her accuracy. So I'm going to up Rob's accuracy so he misses less often when he... I mean, I don't think he misses that often, but just in case. We can spread the accuracy around. Good job, everybody. That went well. We got time for one more. Although, Rob, I mean, well, the reason I paused earlier is because Hector texted me, and he actually just left the bar because he thinks his electricity just turned back on. So, but I'll still probably end this at 8:30 just so everybody can have the rest of their evening. So, scout out this place. I probably should have went to a place with fucking vines. Worlds apart. Okay. The fact that we're getting a story thing already means there may not be a fight on this tile, so we might be fine. Cindy looks around. Rob's like, what's wrong? And Cindy says, I sense magic. And Rob's like, Thrixel? And Cindy's like, no, this feels more like something is lingering. Come on, it's this way. Rob's like, what is it? And Cindy says, it's an overgrown mess, that's what it is. Help me uncover it. There we go. Ah, that's a nice strong font. What a rush. Rob says, what are you talking about? We just pulled some weeds. I don't feel anything. And Cindy says, it's a font of spell thread. It feels like someone is pouring honeyed sunlight woven with strands of fire through my body. And Rob's like, honeyed sunlight? And Cindy's like, yes, sunlight and starshine. While at the same time, it's an unfurling to the world around you. To the spirit of a place or thing. And Rob says, objects have spirits? Cindy says, well, not like conscious ones. It's more that we're connected to everything. Spell thread woven between all of reality. Rob says, sometimes I feel like there's an entire world that I'm missing. And Cindy says, that's how I feel when you talk about tactics. Or Rob says, what happens when you touch it? I mean, I'm sure that's what Rob would say. I have a feeling we're going to make Rob touch the spell thing. But, I mean, what if that... Listen. We need Rob to keep both his arms so he can keep swinging the big hammer. So maybe touching the random thing for, like, the third time isn't the call. I'll leave it up to Rob if he wants to touch it or not. I will take his opinion into consideration. Rob's been through a lot. Alright, Rob says we touch. Cindy says, well, I don't know. I've always sort of worked with the energies from afar. And Rob says, let's find out! He starts floating. Whoa! Oof. Cindy says, are you okay, Rob? And Rob says, yes, I'm okay. Wow. Like honey and sunlight and fire. And I feel... Cindy says, connected? And Rob says, yes, exactly, to everything around me. Or is there even a me? Am I not the same as that tree? As that... Cindy says, come on, Rob, we can chat about this on the road. Alright, so now Rob is blue. Let's see if we can get more information than that. Spell touched. Rob touched a raw primal node and has been marked. Blue skin. Rob's flesh has taken on a magical hue. Plus minus 5 to your 0.5 to your bonus damage, but you have more potency, more recovery rate, and plus 10 retirement age. At least for now. That'll probably turn into something more drastic over time. Okay. Let's clear this place out. Rob's still not at full health yet. Oh, there he goes. Now he is. Alright, now let's take the infestation out. And we'll do this one last fight and then probably call it a stream for tonight. We'll save the end of the chapter for whenever we have our next stream. Because the last fight of a chapter can add on like a whole like hour, so in some cases. Peripheral views. Rob says, everyone stay close. The Thrixl could be anywhere. If you start feeling weird or sleepy, fall back and let us know. Cindy and Delaney are looking around. Cindy thinks to herself, I wondered if these are ruins that Kenta mentioned in... And Cindy says, what was that? Rob says, what was what? And Cindy says, I thought I saw something. I guess it was nothing. Rob says, maybe, maybe not. Thrixl delight in mind games. Stay vigilant. And Cindy says, that I will. More looking around. Cindy keeps feeling that feeling. I keep seeing something, shapes, just on the edge of my view, she thinks to herself. Delaney says, are you okay, Cindy? Delaney says, get a grip, Cindy. It's just the Thrixl messing with you. She thinks to herself. And then she says, yeah, I'm okay. It's just, I hate the idea that these creatures can get into our heads. It's just such an invasion. I don't want to be alone with my thoughts sometimes, but they're my thoughts. Rob says, being alert is wise here, Cindy. Or Rob says, Cindy, oops, I hit the A button. Well, you said to try to focus. I don't know, I didn't get to finish it. Apologies. I accidentally hit the button. But I'm sure it was the right choice. Cindy says, I guess you're right. It's probably nothing. And Cindy thinks to herself, focus, Cindy. Deep breath in, deep breath out. My mind is my own. And then she says, that's better. I'm pretty sure Rob said the right thing. Alright, we're going into this one pretty hot. We got two people right here in our face, and a whole, not that big of a cave to look around in. Urkelbits, do your thing. How much damage does he do? He does 4 to 7 damage. Let's have him take out the thing that we know he can take out. Oh shit, come on Urkelbits. Alright, Rob, take out the other thing. Right, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. And then, Cody, Delaney, you can shoot this guy. Problem solved. And then we'll have you move deeper, or go into Silk Stealth and move deeper in. Oh, there's a door. Okay, everybody move up. We just gotta hope they don't open the door, but we'll be fine. Everybody stack up next to over here. Oh, is this the next turn? Okay, well then we'll have everybody move up. Urkelbits, get moving. I really like the name Urkelbits for a robot. We gotta wait till Rob catches up. I don't want to move up without Rob within attack range. Because this is a small room, so whatever's in here is probably gonna... There's probably gonna be at least 2 enemies in there, is what I would guess, but there's no telling for sure. Alright, everybody stack up on the door. Alright, now Rob... Man, Rob still can't move that far. We have to move through people. That's fine. We'll be alright. Open the door, Cindy. Alright. So now... Delaney could use a cone of fire if she moves in front of Cindy. Yeah. That might be the play here. Or should I flash cone him so like in case we don't kill him in one turn? Urkelbits, can you get in there? Oh, you can. Surprising. Let's see how much damage he does. He does absolutely no damage. Just like an Urkelbits. What's that back there? This is Greater Constrict, Mythweaver, and Fusion. Alright, let's let Ryan handle that. Confused with that, and then Greater Constrict the Bard. Oh god, the Bard has fucking defense. Up the wazoo. Actually, let's try to... We don't have any fire available, except that fire in the back. But that's not close enough to either one of these guys. We'll do this anyway. Let's make sure this stupid Bard guy doesn't move anywhere. Oh, Ryan can do it again for whatever reason. Alright, do it again. But do it on this guy. And then Cindy can interfuse with that, and then actually that should be able to reach the Bard, and then bounce to the other guy and kill him. Almost. And then Delaney can move up and then fire both these guys. Problem solved. That was quick. And that was that. See, this is why I never saw anybody die, because after fucking everybody gets decent equipment one chapter in, things get a lot easier. Let's see. A stunt chance is the chance to crit. We have been, let's see. I'm going to give this to whoever has the lowest crit chance. Or at least not give it to anybody who has a higher than usual one. So everybody in here already has 15. Rob already has a lot. I don't feel like I've given anything to Ryan in a while, so... Or actually, Cody hasn't gotten anything in a while. It comes down to these two. Although stunt chances aren't that... it doesn't really matter. I'll give it to Cody. Also, Cody lost enough. But he has a robot friend. Cody has a robot friend. We're giving it to Ryan. His missing hand reminded me he had a robot friend. Let's secure this place. We're coming up on the end of the stream here. And just in case something happens story-wise, I'm going to keep it going. Sounds like I should have fucking gave it to fucking Cody after all, Ryan. Alright, we got another scarf that increases accuracy, and so we'll give this one to Delaney, because she needs all the accuracy she can get, since she does long range. I need to see what the fuck her little seed guy does. You have a pet pine cone. Delaney has taken on a pet pine cone spirit creature thing. Maybe some century it'll grow up to be a tree walker or something. Forest kind. Delaney can wall with trees. Oh, okay. So if you're standing next to trees, then you get a defense bonus. So at least that's all that's happening right now, Delaney. At least with that little guy. And then let's go here and build a station, and then we'll call it a stream if nothing else happens. Let's make sure this is actually the last place we need to go to as well. Yep, this is where we need to be. So, starting next stream, we'll be able to start off with an exciting final battle of the chapter, and then go straight into a story-heavy peace period. I feel like that's a better format. So, like I said, I'll probably, if people are down, I can stream tomorrow, probably for about the same amount of time. Same time, same place. There's not really a reason I can't do that. And then, that'll get us through... There's 5 chapters in all, but we don't have to do them all, obviously. No anime night or anything. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, I texted you guys about anime night. You guys haven't let me know if that's happening or not this week, but that would be Thursday, I'm guessing. So that's not really playing a part too much. Per the usual, I'll make it if I can. Nice of you, Rob. Okay, so tentative tomorrow, same place. Now let's take a day. I gotta work. Oh yeah, Ryan's gonna be at the bar tomorrow, so never mind. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm a dumb. Okay, so next stream will probably actually be on Friday at this rate. Then that gives the best chance for the most people to be able to make it, and I'm fine with taking a break. All right, so let's do this again on Friday. Sound good? Don't care. That's what's happening. Ha 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 ha, Delaney. I need to save before I forget. So let me save. Alrighty. And with that, let me exit. Just exit the game. And with that, thanks everybody for watching. Until next time.